What's up, craft beer aficionados? I was planning to review DirtWolf by Victory, a double IPA that gets a 3.98 on Untapped, a 95 out of 100 on Beer Advocate, and my friends on Untapped, you can add me there, Flying Brian J. Average rating out of 7 is 3.5. I had some technical difficulties when I opened the damn thing and poured it out, so sorry, Shane. Shane the Love Train Rayl sent me this beer. He told me that I didn't have to review it, but I wanted to do it anyway. I'm trying out my new Catamount IPA glass. It's similar to a Spiegelau, but I think it looks cooler than the Spiegelau, and it doesn't have the nucleation point. I didn't want the nucleation point. So when I was pouring it, my computer restarted all of a sudden. I was running too many programs. It's not a huge deal, but anyway, we're reviewing the thing. I popped the top on it. I got my nose on her. A lot of citrus, orange, grapefruit type of thing going on, but at the same time we had pine and an earthiness coming through with a slight spice character, so kind of diverse in the smell factor because it had the citrus and then layers of pine and earthiness. Then I get it on my taster here, and Shane told me that he didn't enjoy it too much, and a little bit of that I think is because look at the color. It's super light. I think I got my camera calibrated right here. Mostly Pilsner malt. There's a tiny bit of caramel, and then they said there's some dextrose, but there's just not enough sweetness to cut on that bitterness. And then since it is like a piney kind of sprucey feeling with the hops, I think that comes from the Chinook. I've only seen it spelled out. I've never heard it read before, but I'm calling it Chinook. I think that's a really piney hop, and there's a lot of that in here, and it gives a real resiny feeling that I don't enjoy, and I think that's what Shane's not enjoying. Something that is kind of good, it's 8.7% alcohol by volume, and there's not too much of that shining through. So Shane told me that he didn't really enjoy this beer, but I actually do really enjoy this beer. I do think that I like IPAs or double IPAs that have a higher percent of caramel malt, so there's more sugariness. I like talking about the candy bar feeling in my mouth, and it's hardly reaching. We're talking like 15% of the candy bar feeling or the tingliness with the mouthfeel. Obviously, the mouthfeel is going to be a little bit lighter than the IPAs that have more caramel malt in it, but I think it's better than what Shane told me. I think that I'm going to give the grade a 4.0 out of 5 on Untapped. I know this is a super short review. I didn't want to do the full production like I normally do because Shane told me I didn't have to review it because he only sent me one of them. And normally what I like to do is get two of them, try the first one, grade it, write some notes, really get a hold of it, and spend some real quality time with the beer. And then the second time I can just dive in with the review and put out hopefully what I think is quality content. So I'm giving the thing a 4.0 out of 5. I think that it's a solid beer. It doesn't list on their website how many IBUs it has. It doesn't list on the bottle how many IBUs it has. But on Untapped, I don't know if I could trust them, but it's tasting like I can trust them. It has 65 IBU. Now, I say it every time. The University of Oregon State, or Oregon State University, says that the most perceptible by the human palate is between 60 and 70, so this is right in that mix. It's all flower hops. There's a pretty cool description on the bottle. Let me just read that to you. Darkly heroic, humulus lupulus hops have empowered brews with bite and character since the 11th century. DirtWolf is a tribute to these untamed vines which rise from the earth with ferocity of a wolf among sheep. Hops have made a assertive comeback in American craft brewing. Revel in the best U.S. varieties of hops in their natural whole flower form as they bring a vital, pungent reality to the soul of a wild element in our dangerously satisfying DirtWolf. Cheers. Yeah. I don't know which coast it is that normally uses the piney or the earthy tasting hops, but I'm a big fan of the ones that are citrusy and fruity, fruit punch and grapefruit, citrus. That's what I'm usually looking for. That's what I like to smell. That's what I like to taste. I'm not really in on the resiny feeling. I'm not really in on any pine shit going on. I mean, it's a fun like one-off. I tasted a beer once that had some blue spruce tips that they use for the bittering. I mean, that was neat. It was a fun experience because it was kind of a rare beer for me, at least. But no, I like the citrus stuff. So for those reasons, that's why I'm knocking it down a few pegs. I do like the artwork once again. I like the general taste of the beer. I like that you can't taste the alcohol. Even though it's pretty high, it doesn't have any sharp bite of the alcohol. None of that's happening. So I think it's a solid beer. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. That's the third time I've said it now. So I'm going to let you guys get out of here. Thank you so much for watching this poor quality video, just done with my shitty webcam. No production value, whatever. Thanks for watching, guys. Cheers. Yep. Pine, top of my mouth even. It's weird, and when I speak, it's on the tip of my tongue. The resin, it's like sticking my tongue to the top of my mouth. So that's fun. It's got a cool color. I mean, it's a great color for like a blonde, you know, or like a dirty blonde wheat beer. That'd be fun. It's got a lot of clarity though. Cool glass. And I forgot to say it at the beginning. I got kind of flustered because my computer restarted. Probably talked too fast too, but whatever. This glass is great for smelling. It's got like the top of a teku or a teku, and then the body of a spiegelau. Once again, no nucleation point, and I just think that it's going to work out really well. I feel like I don't know exactly where to grab it. It feels just like this, but then our hands heating up the beer, which isn't good. Which that's why a teku's better. But you know, hopefully you're gonna set the beer down a lot while you're not drinking it. You know, you're not booze cruising. You're not standing out at a fire pit, you know, drinking one of these babies. Maybe this is how I should hold it. Anyway, thanks so much for hanging out, guys. Cheers.